All right, guys. So this is the second part of the first translation from stage 10 of Cambridge Latin. Uh, Again, trying to make these more manageable blocks and therefore shorter videos. So let's jump into the second part of this conversation. Obviously, uh, Quintus and his friend have just had a conversation with a rhetor who is a teacher or an educator in the Palestrum. And Quintus has just talked about how the Romans are better than the Greeks. So Postquam Quintus haec sententiam explicavit Juvenes Pompeiani vehementer plauserunt et eum laudaverunt. So postquam, this is a subordinating conjunction, which means that everything up to the comma right here is a subordinating clause. The main clause is everything between Juvenes and laudaverunt, excuse me. So postquam is after Quintus is the subject. Hanc sententium is the direct object. So hanc is that demonstrative pronoun, and it's modified sententiam, and explicavit is the perfect tense verb. So after Quintus explained this opinion, right? Remember that sententia is going to be opinion, right? So we get the word more or less sense or something. And also remember that this is formally logic, and therefore they're looking not for opinion, but rather for proof, logical proof. Juvenes Pompeiani vehementer plauserunt et eum laudaverunt. So Juvenes Pompeiani is the subject. So Pompeian youths. Pompeiani is second declension, Juvenes is third. But they're both nominative plurals. Vehementer is an adverb, means vehemently. Plauserunt and laudaverunt are two third-person plural perfect tense verbs. They mean praise and applauded. So applauded and praised. Et is joining these two main verbs. So it's a compound sentence. Et eum is the direct object. It's another demonstrative pronoun. It comes from the pronoun is a id, and it means sort of that guy, but we'll just translate it as him. So putting it all together, after Quintus explained this opinion, the Pompeian youths vehemently applauded and praised him. All right, next sentence. Dende Alexander surrexit. Dende, it's a conjunction adverb. So it's there's kind of we'll call it an adverb. It is an adverb, but it is an adverb that's also letting you know that there's a sequence of time, right? So it means that then Alexander's the subject, and surrexit is a perfect tense verb, and it means he rose or got up. So then Alexander got up. Juvenes Pompeiani tacuerunt et Alexandrum intente spectacurunt. So this is another compound sentence. The subject of these two verbs, tacuerunt and spectacurunt, is the Juvenes Pompeiani. Again, same thing, nominative plurals, third and second declension, respectively. So tacuerunt, we get a tacit from this. It means they were quiet. So this is an active tense verb. We translate it passively. So they were quiet or they fell silent. Et, here's our conjunction from other verb, spectacurunt, pardon me, means that's from specto, it means they watched. Intente is an adverb, intently. Alexander is the direct object. So Pompeian youths were quiet and intently watched Alexander. Vos Romani estis miserande. So this is vos Romani. So vos is the nominative subject. It's that plural personal pronoun, right? And Romani is another, it's a nominative plural, but it's in apposition of vos. Estis is our second person plural form of sum. And miserandi. Miserandi is sort of interesting because what it technically is, it's called a future passive participle. You don't know this yet, but we'll just know that it's a special form of an adjective that you don't need to know yet, but we'll just translate it as an adjective. And it means pitiful or pathetic. Deserving to be pitied is quite literally exactly what it means. But we'll just call it pathetic or pitiable, right? So you Romans are pitiful. Vos imperium maximum habetus, sed vos estis imitatores. So vos, so vos is the nominative subject again. Habetus is a second person plural present tense verb from habeo. So you have, and then the direct object is imperium maximum, the largest or a very great empire. Said is conjunction, and it means but. And then here's the second main clause, vos estis. So y'all are, You guys are imitatores. And this is imitators. It's third declension, nominative plural because estis is copulate, right? So, nos Graeci sumus actores. And this means we Greeks, so we and Greeks are in apposition, they're both nominative plurals. Sumos, we are, so first person plural from sum. Actores, and we get to words like actually author or authority, oddly enough, from this, and it means creators, right? So we Greeks are creators. So put it all together. You have a very large empire, but you are imitators. We Greeks are creators. Okay. Vos Graecas statuas spectatis, vos Graecos libros legitis, Grecos rhetores auditis. So you, nominative subject, Graecos statuas is the accusative plural direct object, so it's first declension, and spectatis is it's a present tense second person plural verb. So you look at Greek statues, vos, you guys, Graecos libros, another second declension accusative plural, Greek books, legetis, you read, so lego is to read. We get to think, if you think about legible is a good English word from this. Graecos rhetores, so this is another accusative direct object, so second declension and third declension, so Greek teachers or rhetors, auditis, you listen to, the second person plural present verb. So putting it all together. So you look at Greek statues, you read Greek books, and you listen to Greek teachers. And then this sentence is my favorite, probably in the entire stage 10. Vos Romani estis ridiculi, quod estis Graeciores quam nos Graeci. So, vos Romani, nominative subject, vos and Romani are in apposition, you Romans, estis, you are, ridiculi. And this comes from the verb rideo, although it's an adjective, and it means laughable. So it means you're ridiculous, you are not to be taken seriously. So we'll just say you Romans are ridiculous. Quod, so subordinating conjunction means because estis, you are, right? From sum, Graeciores. Now notice that this is not just Graecus, it's Graeciores, which is with that IOR, is a comparative adjective. And it's third declension. The comparative adjectives decline in third declension, so it's a nominative plural. And it means more Greek. So you guys are, because you guys are more Greek, and then immediately, because we're using a comparative adjective, we're launched into an adverbial clause of comparison with quam, than, nos, us, Graeci, than us Greeks. So Graeci and nos is obviously in apposition to each other. So putting it all together, you Romans are ridiculous because you are more Greek than the Greeks. Almost at the end here, juvenes postquam Alexander sententiam suam explicavit reserunt. And so the youths, this is the nominative subject, postquam Alexander sententiam suam explicavit. Everything between this comma and this comma is a subordinate clause. So it's a temporal clause. So it's an adverbial clause indicating something that happened before what the youths are about to do. And it means after Alexander, nominative subject, sententiam suam. Suam is it's a possessive pronoun, and it means his opinion. Explicavit, perfect tense verb, explained. So after Alexander explained his opinion, ariserut, and this is a third person plural perfect verb, and it means they laughed. It's from rideo, the same root that ridiculi comes from. So the youths, after they heard Alexander's opinion, laughed. Tum is another adverb, and it's again connotating a time shift. So then Theodorus nuntiavit, then Theodorus announced, right? Perfect tense verb. Alexander Victor est. So Alexander is the winner. So these are two nominatives because est is copulate. Argumentum optimum explicavit. So this is these are two direct objects. Well, it's a direct object, so a noun and an adjective. So the best or a very good proof, explicavit, perfect tense verb, he explained. So he explained, or he he sort of elaborated on or explained the best proof. All right, guys, so that's the end of Controversia. I will see you in the next translation, which is to go it's statuae. So we're going to have more conversations about the difference between the Greeks and the Romans, which I tend to love. And on a side note, before I let you guys go, this is absolutely true. Greek culture is really the basis for most Roman culture. The Romans are excellent at organizing things. They developed a bunch of technology, military tactics, governmental systems, all sorts of stuff that the Greeks didn't have. But in terms of the sort of softer bits of culture, right, the ability to compose new genres of literature, or particularly adept painting and arts, or even philosophy, everything in the Roman world has an antecedent in the Greek world. And in my opinion, um, the Greeks did it better. You know, the Romans may have, to a certain degree, added, and certainly they did. I'm not saying that Roman poetry or philosophy is bad, but it certainly wouldn't have existed, nor would it have been able to cultivate itself without a strong, strong grounding in Greece. All right, guys. Well, I'll see you in the next video. If you have any questions, obviously let me know. Otherwise, study well and do your homework.